Hello, true crimerers. This is another still unsolved mysteries case, and it is the case of Dwayne McCorkendale. Viewer discretion is advised. Unfortunately, I don't really have much information with regards to Dwayne's upbringing. I do know that at the time of this case, he is a 27-year-old married man, and they have twin girls. Dwayne was also the driver of a big rig. He was a trucker. During this particular era, I don't know if they still do it, but and I know Dwayne absolutely did this because of issues with potentially being robbed. Dwayne and many other truckers of that time frame really never carried any kind of cash on them because of fears of being robbed. But unfortunately, that didn't seem to stop anyone from trying. On November 10th, 1988, Dwayne had driven up to Detroit, Michigan to pick up a load to be delivered. His destination was Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Most of what Dwayne typically carried were auto parts. He would deliver goods to auto manufacturers. The trip was going normal for him. Nothing was out of the ordinary. Dwayne also, like many truckers, utilized his CB radio a lot to just sort of talk to other truckers, and a lot of the times they would kind of say what rest stops they were going to. And at approximately 5:45 p.m. on November 12th, Dwayne was heard on the CB radio saying that he was going to be stopping at a rest stop just outside of the Oklahoma City area. I guess this was in Chandler, Oklahoma. He had said on the CB radio that he was just stopping there to use the payphone to call his wife. And then a short time later, 911 would receive a phone call that there was a man who appeared to be deceased lying on the ground at a phone booth. When police arrive, they do find the body, and they would identify him as being 27-year-old Dwayne McCorkendale. There was blood beneath him, and it appeared that he had been shot. He also had a bunch of coins and loose change just sort of scattered around him. It really looked to them as if he had taken coins out of his pocket, was sifting through them to call, and then he must have been shot, making the coins fall out of his hand. Missing from Dwayne's person was his keys to the big rig and his wallet. His wallet was believed to have no more than $25 in it. That's according to his wife, which was, I guess, a normal amount of money for Dwayne and other truckers to usually carry on them, just so they had just enough for fast food or snacks, but not enough to warrant anyone considering them to, rob them. The coroner determined that Dwayne had been shot in the back by a single blow from a shotgun. They determined that he died before he even hit the ground, so he didn't even know what was happening. So they believe that he was at the payphone looking for coins to put into the phone. The assailant walked up behind him, shot him in the back, and took his wallet and fled. Investigation into this really started off really shaky. There wasn't much left behind. There wasn't any evidence left behind by the killer. There was no usable fingerprints. There was no DNA other than Dwayne's. This was someone who just walked up, shot him, and left. But they found nothing that would point to anyone. They found nothing that would eventually be linked forensically to a person. Police would find out by interviewing, I guess, other truckers in the area that there has been, right before this happened, there had been this brown Ford Pinto sort of driving in the area, and every time that Pinto was seen, they were driving very erratically, swerving in and out of lanes. And apparently, The driver of the Pinto had a CB radio because the truckers would get on the radio and say something, but then the guy in the Pinto would hear it, and then he would respond back on his CB radio. One of the interactions, one of the truckers said that the guy in the Pinto said this: "You don't know who you're messing with, good buddy. We'll drive any way we want." The trucker would respond, "You shouldn't be driving like that. You're going to hurt somebody." And then the guy in the Pinto responds with, "So, we've already killed one trucker. We'll kill any other ones that get in our way." Another trucker would say they had a very similar interaction with a man driving in a brown Pinto. And the person in there made reference to the fact that they had already killed a trucker. So there are now a couple of occasions where some mysterious person in a Pinto on the CB radio has told truckers they've already killed one trucker and they'll do it again. 3 weeks after Dwayne's murder, police got a call from another trucker. His name was Ed Heitkamp. He told them a pretty alarming story. A few days before Dwayne was killed, Ed was driving his truck. He stopped at a rest stop, and before he got out of his truck, a woman approached him. She appeared to come out of a brown Ford Pinto that had a white male and a black male inside. And then this woman, a white woman who looked very disheveled, he described her as looking very trashy, asked Ed for money. And, he said he didn't have any money. This woman also asked him if Ed could help them get to their destination because they're lost. And then she brought up money again. And he's like, "I don't have money." And Ed's thinking to himself, like, "Listen, I know what she's going to be spending this money on. She clearly wants it for drugs or alcohol, so I'm not giving her anything." Plus, he didn't really have much money on him. Then, because Ed's still not getting out of his truck because he feels a little concerned about this woman, the brown Pinto kind of drives up to the truck. The woman jumps down from the truck because she had climbed up and was holding on to it, talking to him in the driver's seat. Well, she jumps down, gets in the Pinto, and then they take off. A couple of days later, Dwayne McCorkendale is found shot to death and robbed at a rest stop. This could all be coincidence. The people who are in that Pinto may have absolutely nothing to do with Dwayne's murder. When they said on the CB radio, "We've already killed one trucker," they may have just been saying that because maybe they heard in the news that a trucker was killed, because those instances happened after Dwayne had been killed. So they either could just be saying that to scare them, or they really were the killers. It's not known. But they did put out, be on the lookout, bolos for the driver of this Pinto. I don't have any composite drawings, unfortunately. Most of the photos I'm showing are recreations from Unsolved Mysteries because this aired on there. But it should be noted that after they put out the information about this Pinto, the driver never came forward. The woman never came forward. No one has ever come forward claiming that they are the people who own that Pinto to maybe clear the air or clear things up. Or maybe they're too scared to come forward thinking they'll be falsely accused of a murder. So it's completely unknown. They could have absolutely nothing to do with this, and it's a whole other person who killed Dwayne. But it doesn't help that there is this group of people who were driving around accosting truck drivers and also had a very suspicious interaction with another truck driver at a rest stop. Ed believes that if he had gotten out of that truck, he believes he would have been killed. So he says he counts his blessings that he stayed in that truck and didn't get out, that his intuition was right. But who knows? This happened in, 1988, and it's 2023 now, and there is still absolutely no updates. There are no suspects that have been named. There have been no persons of interest that have been named. The people in the Pinto are just wanted for questioning. They want to be able to rule them out. And that's where they stand. But Dwayne's family, his twins are, all grown up now, not knowing what truly happened to their father. Like Robert Stack always says, someone somewhere out there knows the truth. Perhaps that someone is you. If you have any information about the murder of Dwayne McCorkendale, you can call Oklahoma's OSBI at 1-800-522-8017, and perhaps you can help solve a mystery. But that is it for this case, True Crime Maroonies. I hope you found it interesting. As usual, if you have tripped, fallen, stumbled, and gotten yourself shot into this video, hi, my name is Mike. I tell 4 true crime stories a week here on YouTube. I also tell one on Instagram, one on Facebook, and a few on TikTok every week. So please subscribe, follow me everywhere. Be a creepy stalker if you want to. I'm cool with it. All the links to my socials are in the description below, in the link tree. Just click that link tree and boom, you'll find it. We sell merch. I sell t-shirts and hoodies and stuff. That's also in my link tree. We ship internationally. Woot woot! But that is it for this video. True crime, a rooney dooney ding dong. So, anyway, who wants to watch me paper cut my nose? I've got plenty of paper. That's how I always end my videos. To those who are new, I destroy parts of my body on camera. I'm quickly running out of body parts to destroy. However, currently I'm just a head and the top half of my upper half. There's nothing else. I'm just floating here because I've cut everything else. What? This is not how you say goodbye. All of that was a lie. Maybe. I don't know. I could also have no body. The dogs are barking. They don't like that because they've eaten my body. What? Okay. Well, this is a weird way to send this video off. Bye.